Now, we got Article 1, Section 10, right here. For those of you who are looking for no bill of attainder or ex post facto law shall be passed. That's traffic tickets, folks. A bill of attainder is a traffic ticket. Can you see that right here? No bill of attainder or ex post facto law shall be passed. No capitation or other direct tax shall be laid unless by the rule of apportionment or census to... We'll talk about that later. That's another heavy one. Alright. But Article 1, Section 10 is basically no state shall make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debt. Right here. No state shall enter into any treaty. Oh, wait, no, that's not right. Article 1, Section 10.
Section 8. 10.
It's Article 1, Section 10. No state shall make anything but silver coin.
It's on the bottom of the page.
Alright, where's that? Oh, that's 9. That's why. Article 1. No, that is.
It's towards the bottom of the page.
Are they changing this thing?
It's in the middle.
Alright, here we go.
It's in the middle paragraph.
Alright, here we go. Here we go. Right here. No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque and reprisal. A letter of marque or reprisal is like your brothers messed with the king, so the king is going to attack your family and put a letter of marque out on them. Coin money. Emit bills of credit. What is a Federal Reserve note? Make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debts. Why? Because it creates inflation. You got to understand that paper money, if you can't redeem every piece of paper in a society, the amount that you can't redeem is inflation or credit. Credit is inflation, right? Pass any bill of attainder, huh? What is a bill of attainder? Again, a traffic ticket. Ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contracts or grant any title of nobility. When they give these guys these gun permits because they got $3,000 in their pocket and they're a rich businessman, isn't that a title of nobility? Because they get more rights. They're more politically correct than you. They have rights, you see? I mean, they violate so many things it's not funny. It's never funny, but I'm just saying, I mean, you start reading this book, folks. I mean, I read it all the time, and I always find something new. This is kind of a book like the Bible. It's one of these books you can read and find something out of it all the time. The bottom line is you read the Constitution and you holler. You don't let these people jam your Constitution. You keep going. Now, we also know, we wanted to share with the program, the Bretton Woods Agreement Act, because we're on the subject of money. Where did we put that? We want to get into the militia too. We got the militia. All right, we want to bring into some of these arguments. Okay, we want to bring in. I want the militia. I want the electric murders. I want treason. I want treason. I want to talk about that. All right, all right. Now let's talk about treason here. Let's put this down here. What is treason? All right. Can you see that? Everybody see that? Title 18. This is the Penal Code, and we're talking about treason. Whoever owing allegiance to the United States levies war against them or adheres to their enemies, giving them aid and comfort within the United States or elsewhere, is guilty of treason and shall suffer death, or shall be imprisoned not less than 5 years and or fined not less than $10,000, and shall be impeachable of holding any office under the United States. All right? After this section, it gives you all of the reasons of how you can be charged with treason. But the basic issues come under adheres to their enemies, giving them aid and comfort. Now, breaking down the laws of our country has also been construed as giving the enemies aid and comfort. So if they're violating their oath of office and they're not upholding the Constitution, that is treason. Because in so doing, they create anarchy in the land. And in that, they aid the enemies of our country. Does that make legal sense to you? All right, now let's talk about some of the things that are going on in our country. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about where is that? I just had it here. What do we have here? We just had it here. We had it here. We want to talk about these treasonous acts, and we want to talk about things that are going on. This is the militia. Alright. Alright, here we go. We want to talk about Title 22 United States Code, Section 286A. Basically, the part that we want to talk about is the governor's and executive director's term of office. But basically, when we get over here, we really want to talk about the compensation for services. Now, this is Title 22 United States Code, Section 286A. Alright? Okay? Compensation for services. No person shall be entitled to receive any salary or other compensation from the United States. Did everybody get that? From the United States for services as a governor, executive director, counselor, alternate, or associate. The United States executive director of the fund. What are we talking about here? The International Monetary Fund. Shall not be compensated by the fund at a rate in excess of the rate provided for an individual occupying positions at level 4 of the executive schedule under Section 5315 of Title 5 United States Code. Alright, the United States Alternative Executive Director to the fund. What fund? The International Monetary Fund. Shall not be compensated by the fund at a rate in excess of the rate provided for an individual occupying a position of level 5 of the executive schedule under Section 5316 of Title 5 United States Code. The Secretary of the Treasury shall instruct the United States Executive Director of the Fund to present to the Fund's Executive Board a comprehensive set of proposals consistent with the maintaining high levels of competence of the Fund, personnel, and consistent with the Articles of Agreement, with the objective of assuring that the salaries and or other compensations accorded fund employees who fund, International Monetary Fund, do not exceed those received by persons filling similar levels of responsibility within the national government. Got me? Service or private industry. The Secretary shall report these proposals, right, together with any measures adopted by the Fund's Executive Board to the Congress prior to February 1, 1979. Now, folks, when they're talking about the fund, they're talking about the International Monetary Fund. And when they're talking about being paid, people like Janet Reno, who is a governor of the fund, is paid by the IMF. And who are they talking about? The Secretary of Treasury shall instruct who? Now, these people are paid by another government to our people. That is a violation of our laws. You understand? I mean, if they catch a congressman on the take, what happens? He's out of there. Why? Because it's considered to be unethical activity. Yet this foreign operating program, this International Monetary Fund, is paying our officers as executive officers. Whose interest do they serve? Do they serve the United States or do they serve the funds? Does that make sense to you? Okay. To me, this is an act of sedition or treason. The bottom line is they are not operating in the best interest of the United States of America. They are operating in their interest. And they are paid by a foreign power. And how can they sit in an office of government in the United States of America paid by a foreign power? It's inconceivable that this is going on. Now, we want to find out.
Who gets our income tax to the fund?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's absolutely obscene. Now, what we want to do here is I want to figure out. We got the treason, so we know that's treason. I mean, if they're operating outside, they're in treason, right? Now, the next thing we want to get, the